Good evening and welcome to the Financial Week. I'm Javon Keys. Let's start off some news looking at the local economy. The economy, in fact, grew by 3.8% for the last quarter of 2022. That's according to the Statistical Institute of Jamaica, STATIN. Now, it says the increase in output was driven by 3.6% growth in the services industry and 4.7% increase in the goods producing industry. Now, the quarter's growth also exceeds the 3.4% preliminary estimate given by the Planning Institute of Jamaica, PIOJ. The quarter's performance brought growth for the calendar year to 5.2%. This performance reflects a continued recovery of the economy from the adverse effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. STATIN says all industries within the services industry grew, with the exception of the producers of government services, which fell by 0.8%. And producers in the manufacturing industry paid more money for goods in the month of February. STATIN says the cost of produce outputs rose by 6.6% for the 12 months to February. This was mainly due to a 9.7% increase in the index for the major group, food, beverages, and tobacco. The cost movement was, however, tempered by a 3.1% decline in the cost of refined petroleum products. For the month of February alone, STATIN says prices for producers within the manufacturing industry increased by 0.4%. Jamaica's Financial Policy Committee is assuring local financial stability amidst the global financial market jitters. Now, in a release from the central bank, the committee says no Jamaican financial institution currently has any major exposures to the failed banks in the United States. It says the domestic financial system, while having been subjected in 2022 to similar fair value shocks as the institutions in the U.S., has not reflected any, quote, unmanageable deterioration in its balance sheet position, unquote. The committee says the financial system has remained well capitalized and is able to meet liquidity needs. It says the risk of contagion to the Jamaican financial system from the events in the U.S. and Europe is low. The Financial Policy Committee says supervisors of the domestic financial system will maintain their enhanced monitoring of the system to ensure that it remains sound. Now, in the last few weeks, there have been concerns in the global market as Silicon Valley Bank in the U.S. and Signature Bank both failed, prompting the intervention of the U.S. government. The failure had a knock-on effect on some financial institutions in Europe. Dominican-based business organization El Consejo Nacional de la Empresa Privada, CONEP, and the private sector organization of Jamaica, PSOJ, have signed a memorandum of understanding to promote investment and commercial development. The entities agreed to the exchange of knowledge development, commercial and investment relationships, and an improved environment for the private sector to increase cooperation and trade between both countries. Now, the PSOJ team is part of a trade mission in the Dominican Republic led by the Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Aubin Hill. PSOJ President Metri Siaga says the agreement is a fundamental step in strengthening commercial and economic relations between DOMREP and Jamaica. To the foreign currency market now, the US dollar is being sold for an average $150.91. $113.43 is the going rate for the Canadian dollar, while the going rate for the pound is $189.48, while it's costing an average $167.55 for the euro. The JSE Index advanced by 5,465 points today, while the Junior Market Index gained 93 points. Among the winners were our parent company Radio Jamaica, Regency Petroleum, Knutsford Express, Spurtree Spices Jamaica, and Carib Cement. While on the losing side were JPS Jamaica Public Service Company 7% shares, Iron Rock Insurance, Paramount Trading Jamaica, Jetcon Corporation, and AMG Packaging and Paper Company. And that's it for the Financial Week. I'm Javon Keys. Good evening.